And we're back with part 2 of Max Malice's return. Alright, so coming back from where we started or finished, I guess, in the last video, and we started in this one. I got the walls all around this little section where I want the raiders to kind of hang out in. This is where I'm going to put all the beds, stuff like that. Like I said in the last video, I'm not going to make this video. I'm not gonna make this camp. It's going to be a camp more so than a settlement. I'm not gonna make this camp very extravagant. I am going to have to put a little bit of defense in there, and there's going to be a couple of features and stuff that you can only get if you have the raiders as like your settlers. But like I said, I'm still working on trying to finish the last couple of things. I do not know if I'm going to have those special raider things here, at least all of them here. But I will have some of them here, so I can at least give you an intro to some of the unique things that only raiders get. But yeah, this is a big enough spot to where I can put a bunch of beds. I'm probably going to seal that wall off on the one side. And, I'm just going to start throwing beds everywhere. I'm going to use whatever beds I can that have, a little bit less material, which I think is the beds from the Vault Tech DLC, but I'm going to deal with that in a second. Yeah, I think the beds from the Vault Tech DLC only use 2 cloth, while every other bed that has a frame uses at least 4 or 5 cloth. And I'm not going to make them have a bunch of sleeping bags because I don't know whether or not I'm going to keep the raiders there. It depends on if that group of raiders, the disciples, piss me off or not. And then that's the bottom line. Like I said, that storyline is not finished yet, so I don't know if I'm going to end up with the pack or with the disciples. Once again, I'm going to ask if anyone has played this game, if they know anything about the 3 types of raiders that you can choose. Let me know. Do you prefer the pack or the disciples? And if you wanted the operators, well, that's too bad. They're gone. I already took care of them. So yeah, let me know. Alright, we're going to be finishing up the side here. I'm not going to try to make this look very, perfect or pristine like I do with my other settlements. I mean, it is a camp for raiders, so it's going to kind of look like trash. And like I said in the last video, this is not going to be the major raider camp. I'm going to be using other settlements that I haven't actually shown on my YouTube channel just yet, just to kind of change it up just a little bit. But anyway, this is the first area that I got for the disciples, the first raiders out in Boston Wasteland, and it's time to put a roof on here. So I'm just going through a couple different floors, a couple different type of roofs, and I got to find one that's going to make going to work everything. Once again, it doesn't have to be perfect. Just slap some stuff on there because we are making a raider camp. Alright, I think this one will work. We're going to slap these roofs right onto the top here, and we're going to continue going forward. Yeah, I see how they're angling in. That's not a problem to me. Like I said before, it doesn't have to be perfect, especially because these are raiders. And I mean, you can always change them if you decide to have a different type of group here later. Or you can just reuse it. It doesn't really matter to me. It's totally up to you. It's your game. It's not my game. Do what you want to do in your game. That's one of the nice things about these games, even though they're getting a little bit older now. The slightly older games actually give you a little bit more of a personal choice, personal flair, whatever than these newer games do. These newer games, I don't know, they're just not designed like they used to be. I'm kind of looking forward to Avowed. I don't know if it's going to be any good, but I'm hoping that it's at least a little bit better than Starfield. All right, let me just finish this top real quick, and we'll move on to the next thing. So instead of dragging this out for as long as I can, I'm just putting some half roofs, some quarter roofs, or some half floors, quarter floors onto the top here, trying to set up the whole roof. Like I said, I don't care if it's a roof or if it's floors, as long as it's covering the place, I'm golden. And yeah, no, just to seal it up a little bit more, I'm going to throw some shack stairs here, and eventually I'm going to throw some more Raider BS around this place. But like I said, this is not going to be a main camp. This is just where I'm at right now. Once I finish the story that I'm trying to finish in Nuke World at this point, I will come back and we will do something a little bit different and almost completely different than what we're doing here. You know, let's just speed this shit up, get this over with. You've already seen me do stuff like this. Let's just get through it. Okay. Now we can actually continue. So, one thing I'm going to do a little bit different with Raiders than I've done with regular settlers is I'm going to make the Raiders the defense for the most part, because there's so many damn Raiders that decide to show up after you start building a Raider settlement. I don't know why. I think all the settlements that you put together that are Raider settlements, I think they share the same materials. I'm not 100% sure on that. I'll have to look into it a little bit, but I think they do share the same materials, so you should have a substantial amount of more materials than you think you would if you're starting like a new settlement or whatever. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. I got Starlight Drive-In captured, and I'm going to throw some of these Raiders into the defense, and then, I don't know, we'll figure something out to do after that. I guess we should start with the beds. Yeah, I guess we'll do that next. So let's just take a quick jump. Whee! All right. Yeah. Anyone else would have busted their legs up. That's for damn sure there. All right. Anyway.
What I wouldn't give for a good stiff drink.
Keep talking like that, you might get a good stiff something. Like I was saying before Kate starts talking about stiff things, we're going to throw some beds in here. And I don't know, I'm just going to probably throw just a whole bunch of them just all over the damn place, because the Raiders, like, they don't give a shit. And I don't give a shit as a Raider. So, if they don't give a shit, I don't give a shit, then who gives a shit? No one gives a shit. So that's just how it's going to be.
And that's the bottom line.
Alright, anyway, alright, cool. So yeah, beds all over the place. Woo! Alright, let's just get through this. Alright, next thing, let's actually start putting in some unique Raider things. The first thing is going to be the Raider transmitter from Nuka World. The guy who's on the Nuka World radio, he's actually pretty funny. I might actually record some of that a little bit later, but right now, I'm just, if you have the game, if you get Nuka World's radio, or if you look it up, there's some videos that have Nuka World radio on them. Listen to it. He's a funny guy. Yeah, sort of a little bit like Three Dog, a little bit from Fallout 3, but just not quite as good, but still pretty funny. He is a little more repetitive with what he says, but at the same time, it's pretty funny. I would say check it out. If you want to listen to Nuka World Radio, I might put up a video. Let me know if you want to hear that on my channel. And I don't know, just run around, just with the radio going, just shooting stuff, whatever. I might do that anyway. I don't freaking know. But anyway, that's for a little bit later. These are chem stations, basically, and as time progresses, these chem stations will actually start filling up with random chems. It is one of the best and easiest ways to get money, besides, putting a bunch of water purifiers into your settlements. A much easier way to get more money and quick money is putting a whole bunch of those Raider pick-me-up chem stations around. And them caps will start running in real quick, especially if you go to like Diamond City, Bunker Hill, or
This water situation.
Good Neighbor. So yeah, Diamond City, Bunker Hill, Good Neighbor. Those are pretty much the main cities in Fallout 4. And I mean, the chems, they sell pretty good. So yeah, that's just a non-stop supply of chems. They do need to be powered up, but that's a small little price for how much caps you can actually make through them. The boost stations are kind of cool. If anyone's ever tried to bootleg some liquor, they know that it's a bit of a challenge. If you watch Moonshiners, you can kind of get an idea for it. And funny enough, the Raiders, they actually make moonshine. Well, not really moonshine, but they make a vodka. I don't know out of what. Probably potatoes, I'm guessing, or corn, one of them two. But anyway, so I'm going to have one of the raiders on the boost station. I'm going to throw a little bit of water on there. I'm going to have some raiders on defense. And I think after that, I think I'm actually going to build a robot maker or whatever they call it. I can't remember exactly what it's called right now. And then I have an idea. I know with my other character, I made an arena, and, you know, it wasn't the best arena in the world. But I got curious. If I make some war robots, and then I put them as one of the combatants in the arena, can I make them actually fight raiders? I think that raiders will find that very entertaining, unlike the settlers from the regular settlements, who get appalled when you go and decide to kill their friends. I don't think raiders are going to have that same problem. And, yeah, making like a robot with, I don't know, like an oversized hand or something might be kind of funny. I think I might go and try to do that. Right now, I'm just putting up some little guard posts, and I'm going to get some raiders to go on the guard posts. And then I guess after that, we'll start trying to build up the robot factory, or whatever it's called. So I think that's the plan. Let me get some of these raiders here, and let's move on. All right, so that I'm not really wasting too much more time, I'm just going to throw a couple more little defense things around. Yeah, making it a little bit harder than I was initially thinking, but you know what? F it. But anyway, after I did this, I found out I needed some more material. So I had to disappear, and I had to go and get myself some more material. But I'll come back and finish what we're doing, and we're back. That's what's nice about editing. You can get rid of a lot of that stuff. Anyway, all right, here we are. And here is the robot workbench. That's what they call it, a robot workbench. That's what I was talking about. So this thing, you can build robots if you have the right materials to do so. I think I have the right materials. I hope. If not, whatever. I will just go back into the town and get some more materials. Probably cut that out because, you know, it's kind of boring to watch. And, yeah, we'll go from there. I do know that raiders don't like to grow their own crops. So if you want to give them food, you have to do one of two things. Basically, what you have to do is you have to either basically enslave other settlements to make food for your raiders, or you have to have your raiders actually make food in their own settlement. But the raiders don't like doing that, so your happiness is going to be down a little bit. But you know what? I don't really care if their happiness is not at 100, because they are in fact raiders. However, the first settlement that you build, you need to get it up to 100% for Shank, so that you can continue. If you don't do that, then you don't continue with the storyline. You're going to get sidetracked or whatever. You might get mad because you're like, well, what the hell? Why can't I finish this settlement? I have everything they want, but it's still, their happiness is not at 100. It's because the robots that you make are in their settlement, and that brings down happiness, like I've said in other videos. So without really thinking about that, I made a couple robots, and then I was trying to figure out why the happiness wasn't where it should have been. And I was like, you know what? I know that the robots hurt the happiness of regular settlements, so I'm wondering if it does the same for raider settlements. And sure as shit, once I blew up them robots, the settlements were happy. How's this fool?
You listen closely. This land is ours. So turn around and crawl back under whatever rock you came from. Right now.
Whoa, easy. Take it easy, all right? Sure, just, keep it. Place was a shithole anyway.
All right, smartass. You don't just come up into my freaking settlement and try to take over it. That just ain't happening. And that's how the Nuka World Raiders do it. Hope you had fun. Alright, well, I guess we're pretty much done here. And I guess I will show a little bit of a preview of one of the spots that we decided to go for.
That's how it's gonna
for the next settlement.
Take it. Place
Sorry about it being dark. Just gonna edit that a little bit.
Hey, you. I'm going. Jerk.
Yeah, so I'm a jerk, am I? Yeah, F your couch, motherfucker. Alright, well that was fun. For the last part of this video, I'm going to just show you that you actually can make a robot go and fight some of the raiders. But after that, I'm going to finish off this video here. And I hope you enjoyed it. Once again, I want to say thanks for everyone who subscribed recently. Thanks for the people who've been hanging out and sticking around. I appreciate you guys coming around, checking my videos out. You know, I always appreciate it. I really do appreciate comments. I haven't gotten much recently, except for, you know, a couple comments about older videos. But if you have any comments on anything, whether it's in this video or in another video, or just please leave one. I always appreciate the comments. I read all of them, unless I accidentally forget one, or not really forget it, but I don't see it. I'm usually pretty good at responding, though. But yeah, if you have any comments, anything you want to say, if you have a preferred raider group that you like, just let me know. I really appreciate the feedback. And I was talking about making a robot with a big old hand a little bit earlier. And there's that big old hand. And I'm going to make it fight one of my raider dudes. Just because I can. I'm going to kind of cut some of this out, though. And we'll have a quick battle. There's the final robot. And let's give it a go.
This unit is currently in factory. Unit remaining in factory default.
All right, got the robot set up. Hey, you at the store. Yeah, come over here. So it's opened. I didn't put a cage around it, but I just wanted to see how well this works. You come over here, and before they even get to the platform, they are actually fighting each other.
Nothing's more satisfying than a smoking gun and a scream.
Hostility mode suspended. You lead the way and I'll follow, sir.
All right, well, there you have it. Robots can fight raiders or settlers. Anyway, that was just a quick little bonus. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoyed the rest of the video. And I will catch you in the next one, all right? You have a good evening, afternoon, or morning, whatever it is, wherever you're at. Bye for now.